fined almost $1 million. The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. First, I've got a favour to ask you. Can you help Podnews grow? So far in October, we've welcomed 293 new subscribers from companies like Spotify, NPR, Pandora, The Washington Post, TED, the BBC and Veritone. And at the time of recording this, our newsletter is on 24,963 subscribers. I would quite like to be at 25,000 by the end of this week, because that's a much nicer number. So can you help by going to podnews.net and subscribing to our free newsletter, or mentioning us on your favourite social networking platform, or telling your colleagues about us? We'll be your friend for life, we promise. And thank you. In the news today, podcaster Alex Jones has been told to pay $964.2 million in damages after repeatedly telling harmful lies. Alex Jones's show InfoWars was removed from Apple, Spotify, YouTube and Facebook in 2018 for promoting violence and hate speech, though it's still available via RSS. He's indicated he'll appeal. His company has filed for bankruptcy. In Canada, sports media company Playmaker has just signed a monetization and distribution deal with Acast. Stats from the Google Podcasts manager seemed to have frozen on September the 28th, according to a number of readers. We alerted Google, who tell us it's now been fixed. It's all part of the service. And while Google's play numbers are low, the SEO advice it gives is super helpful. Want to speak at Podcast Movement Evolutions in Las Vegas? You've until Friday, October the 28th. Brain Bump is a new app that helps people retain ideas from books and podcasts. Live 365 streaming radio stations will now be able to be distributed to 30 million listeners on TuneIn. Live 365 deals with music licensing and monetization. The company's owner, SoundStack, was launched in April and also sells podcast ads. And Podvine, a hosting platform and player, shared an investor update. The company's podcast hosting platform is achieving 3.2 million downloads monthly. And thank you to Paramount, reaching more than 4.3 billion people across more than 180 countries, for becoming our latest gold supporter today. We're grateful to Paramount for their support, and you can be like Paramount too at podnews.net/support. In People News, Fiona Smith, formerly head of radio and podcasting for AFTRS in Australia, is moving to Ireland to be managing editor for Today FM. And in podcast news, Proper Australians wear R.M. Williams every day, and so do I, even if I am just a POM. R.M. Williams Outback, Great Australians, is hosted by Outback Senior Associate Editor Terry Cowley and has in-depth interviews with some great Australians away from the bright lights of Australia's cities. Surviving El Chapo, the twins who brought down a drug lord, is new today from Lionsgate Sound, G-Unit Studio and iHeart Podcasts, speaking publicly for the first time ever with co-hosts Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and investigative journalist Charlie Webster. Chicago-born identical twins Jay and Peter Flores let listeners know how they went from dealing $2 billion worth of drugs to government informants who brought down the infamous drug lord El Chapo. The trailer is available now. And Avery Trufelman's Articles of Interest is back for a new season called American Ivy. The 7-part season starts on October the 26th and is all about preppy clothing. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.